In today's video, we're going to be learning about the Structure Selector Pro. Now, the Structure Selector Pro is course number 1 inside of the Firelawn Business Blueprint. This is going to give you the details on what type of business you should be forming. A corporation is the best business structure. It has a perpetual existence. It will be here long after you're gone. So we give you the steps to actually set up your business so that way you could actually start off with a strong foundation. So by the end of this module, you'll have everything you need to create a strong business foundation for your fire alarm or service-based business. It will empower you to focus and succeed. So let's get started on this journey to entrepreneurship. The Structure Selector Pro is designed to help you start the right business, get your EIN, and open up the right type of business bank accounts. In addition to setting up your accounting system, the right type of accounting system, especially if you're going to be doing construction type projects. So my name is Anthony Richardson. I've been in the fire alarm and security business for over 25 years. I started out with a company called FireQuench, and since then I got certified on systems like Simplex, Edwards, Kitty, some security systems like Software House and S2. So I have a pretty round knowledge of when it comes to installing fire alarm and security systems. And in 2017, I got my license in Form Secured Securities. We fast forward to now, we made over $5 million in sales installing fire alarm and security systems, and also built a network of GCs and electrical contractors we share our work with. So let me show you how you can build a foundation for your fire alarm business. Now, if you don't know, there are different types of business structures. We have a sole proprietor. A sole proprietor can either be a handyman or someone that's just running around the neighborhood or even in their city, just repairing breaks and fix, doing some painting, hanging up some ceiling fans or anything like that. This type of business structure has no business protection. So if you get sued, they're coming after you and your assets. The next one after that is an LLC or partnership. You have limited protection. However, you have members. You have board members that you will have to form within this business. So it'll be you and another person. You have to split the differences of the business, all laid out within your agreements on how you're going to make the splits. You both will also be reliable to file taxes for the business and for yourself. And you have some protection if someone try to sue you if there's any negligence on any job sites. Now, the next business structure after that is a corporation. Now, there are two types of corporation. By default, you are a C Corp, and you will have to elect to become an S Corp by filling out the IRS Form 2553. Now, with a corporation, you have full protection when it comes to your liabilities. This is your separate entity. This is a whole other person that you're actually raising to go and get money for you, to go hire employees, and to also go buy vehicles. And it also has perpetual existence, meaning that if once you pass away, you can pass this down to your kids and your kids' kids' kids. So a corporation will always be the best business structure to form, especially if you're making $50,000 or over. So once you start out, we will start out as an LLC, make you start generating some income, file your first taxes for the first year. We're going to get you over the $50,000 for that first year, and then we're going to bump you up to a corporation. Then we're going to ramp that thing up from right there. So I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can download my Structure Selector cheat sheet. So that way you can stay on track to take the correct steps. Now, a corporation is often the best business structure. It offers strong liability protection, separating personal assets from business obligations. It provides credibility and easier access to funding through investor and loans. Additionally, a corporation have clear structure. It can exist indefinitely and offer potential tax benefits, making them ideal for scaling and long-term growth. So now a C Corp can have unlimited investors, meaning that you can go public like Apple or Google, and an S Corp can have only up to 100 investors. So you can get 100 people to invest in your company. They all just have to be based in the US. So both type corporations is the best way to actually raise money. Within your corporate binder, you will have some stock certificates. This is how you can open up your business to the public by asking money and giving out shares of your business in exchange for the money. That's the quickest way to grow your corporation. So here's our one-page roadmap of the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. It is a 9-step program to get you from building the right foundation all the way to how to use other people's money to actually grow your business. Throughout this journey to growing my business, I found that there are 3 things that are some very costly mistakes that entrepreneurs make when they first start forming their business. Many of them fail to do some research about the pros and cons about the different types of business structure before they actually form a business. Some of them quickly just start doing things, some breaks and fix, and then just quickly form a sole proprietor or an LLC thinking that's the way that they need to go. However, you have to slow down, backtrack, and then figure out how do you want your business to actually operate. Do you want to take money from the business, being taxed or non-taxed? How do you want to pay your taxes? How do you want the business to last after you? You have to figure all of these different things out before you actually go in there and start forming your business. And the second thing, most entrepreneurs overlook the liability protection. Most of them are oblivious that they can be sued if they go inside somebody's somebody's house and then bust open a wall or knock down a chandelier or break a TV, you are responsible for that. You cannot just go up in someone's establishment and cause problems. You can't leave a mess. You can't break anything without fixing it, especially if you're doing some type of installation. If you have to run wires in between the walls, you have to make the customer aware. You have to cut holes. Either you're going to patch them up or let them know they have to get somebody else to patch them up. But before you do the work and before you agree to anything, these are steps that you need to take to protect yourself, in addition to having the right business structure in place so nobody can come after your money, your personal money. And the third thing, they focus on the short term instead of the long term. I'm going to get this money right now. I can make this quick $1,000, but you're not actually setting up a way or a system so that way your business can repeat that process consistently each and every day. Sometimes we move a little bit too fast because we need money to take care of life. Most times we have to start slowing down so that we can actually manage our life correctly by understanding the whole entire process and what we need to do. The type of business structure you open will determine your success. You wouldn't be able to go to investors as an LLC asking for money. They only put money into corporations. So an LLC will have to go to either get a bunch of credit cards, you have to have good credit, you have to get a bunch of credit cards, a bunch of line of credits or things like that. But if you really want to inject money into your business, corporation is the best business structure for you to have, whether it be a C Corp or an S Corp. So I got 3 action steps that I want you to take for the Structure Selector Pro, right? I want you to study the pros and cons of all the different business structures, the sole proprietors, the LLCs, the corporations, and I want you to understand how each one of them can impact your taxes, your liability, and the operation within this industry. Once you understand that, you will be able to determine how you want to form your business. Plus, also keep your family in mind. What you want to do after you're gone, you want to have stipulations in place so that way nobody is taking your estate. You want to still be able to control your estate even after you're gone. And the next thing, I want you, once you figure that out, go to newyork.gov and register your business. In the next video after this, within this module, I'll give you all the steps of how you can actually register your business, how you can get your business name, form your business name, so that way you can have a bankable business name and also register your business and also register your corporation. I'll give you all the steps in the next video after this. I'll give you all the steps within this module. You'll see another video on how to name your business and also how to register your corporation. You watch those videos, follow along, and you'll be able to register the correct business structure from day one. And lastly, I want you to know that you can open up bank accounts once you get your EIN, which is 100% free. You go to irs.gov. Once you open up your business entity and then you get your EIN, once you have your articles of incorporated and then you have your EIN, those 2 documents, you go to a Chase, you go to a credit union, you go to your local community bank and open up your first business bank account. As soon as you open up your business bank account, that is when you are officially in business. I want you to know that just selecting the right business structure isn't just a decision. This is more or less your wealth building strategy. This is your generational wealth plan. This is how you're going to be able to pass down your business to your kids. If your kids don't want to do it, you still be able to pass this down within the family, or you can give it to somebody who actually wanted, that you actually loved and adored while you were living. So within your lifetime, you can structure your corporation to be a fully automated system that just produces money, hire employees, and do whatever it is that you needed to do for you. When I started Secure Securities, our first year, we was a C Corp. So by default, when you first register your corporation, you are a C Corp. So I had to elect to become an S Corp, and I've been an S Corp ever since, for the sake of not having to be taxed twice as a corporation and also filing my taxes as the owner of the business. So what we have is pass-through taxation. So I fill out a K-1, a couple of other documents that my accountant fill out, and this is how my taxes are being recorded. So I only pay taxes on whatever I have left. If I got $3,000 left in the bank account at the end of the year, that's what I'm paying my taxes on. If I got $30,000, that's what I'm paying my taxes on. So it gives me a lot of credibility and professionalism. I got a lot of money going to banks just walking in as an S Corp. I got people invested into the business just being an S Corp. It also reduces my employment tax. Being that I put myself on payroll, I can write off the payroll taxes, all of the taxes that I have involved with payroll. If it's insurance, if it's payroll taxes, everything associated with that is part of a reduction on my tax plan. And lastly is the pass-through taxation. I'm not taxed as a corporation and as an owner. I'm only really taxed as an employee of the business, but all of it is filed through the K-1. So all of the corporate profits and losses handed over to my K-1 and also my personal tax returns. So you must understand, starting off with the right foundation is the only way to build the perfect structured house. You want something that can stand the test of time and can last through any problems that it may face, because you're going to set it up correctly to shield itself from any liability out there. So a corporation, whether it be a C or an S, it has strong liability liability protection. Within your clauses, you can outline the separation between you and the business, but within your articles of incorporation when you first file or register for your corporation. Getting funding as a corporation is fairly easy. Once you file your corporation, the first thing you do after that, you have to you buy yourself a corporate binder. You have yourself your meeting minutes. That could be with you, your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your best friend, your cousin, whomever, by yourself. You have your meeting minutes, and all you do is jot down, you form the business, you talked about marketing, you talked about how you're going to grow the business, you write the date, the time, it has to last for at least 30 minutes, and then you record that. Now you have your meeting minutes within your binder. Also within that binder, you will have your articles of incorporated, you will have your tax returns for the past few years, but the most important thing is you will have stock certificates. Now you can open up your business to the public and ask for money. This is how crowdfunding works. Most people pay for their services, but you don't have to pay no one to do these services for you. It's very, very minimal to register your business, and it's free to get your EIN. Once you get your EIN, this is like your social security number for the business. So as you raise your business to be more of an adult by the way it handles money and generate money, you can go and request money against this EIN number that is separate from your social security number. So now you're raising this new adult or this new fictional character to be a person that can be separate from you to say, I need $5 million. And if you mess up that $5 million, it goes to the EIN and not your social. So there are 3 very simple steps to get your EIN. An EIN is your employee identification number. As I mentioned before, this is your social against your business. This is how the business is identified by the state. You will apply for your EIN at irs.gov. Once you register your corporation, you fill out your information. If you're using your home address, is 100% fine. Once you start generating some money, or if you have money, get yourself a virtual address, about $100 a month, so that way you can have your business in your home separate. And if you think you don't need an EIN, you absolutely need an EIN. You will not be able to fund your business without an EIN. Actually, without an EIN, your fictional character do not exist. In order for you to open up any bank accounts, to get any loans, any lending, credit card like that, you need to have a registered business and an EIN. Once you have a registered business, you will have your articles of incorporated. You can download that, save that to your hard drive, and you will also have your EIN registration. You will download that and also save that to your hard drive. Print those copies out, go to the bank of your choice, and open up your first business bank account. You can copy this down. I know I said it a few times, but this is the irs.gov. You type that into your URL, press enter, it'll take you straight to the page. I'll also leave a link in the description so you can quickly get there. Now, there's a window they have for you to apply for your EIN. If you apply anytime after 10 p.m., you're not going to be able to get to the site. So you only have a window between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. So if you're one of them early birds, get there early. If you're one of them late birds, just make sure you're there before 9 o'clock. It doesn't take long to fill out the application, but you want to make sure that the site is responsive, it's not slow, and you'll be able to move through the process. Because the more people that's online, or the more people that's particularly on that website, it may cause some slowdowns on your side. Not every bank is created equal, but there are some good banks out there that you can open up as soon as you start. And once you develop more system, and once you start developing more money, you can open up multiple bank accounts. We have about 5 different bank accounts in order to operate our business: a payroll account, a tax account, a retained earnings account. So all these different type of bank accounts we have to operate our business. If we want to just pay employees, I'm not going to take that from the operating account. The operating account is where all the money come into, and then from there we disperse it to the other accounts so that we can handle whatever it need to handle. Some of the features that you want to look for in the banks is definitely low fees and a very good online banking portal. You want to have something that's tailored straight to your business and that can fit your business needs. Now, when they say building relationships, that necessarily doesn't mean you need to go physically make friends with a banker. Doing business with a bank is just having multiple products with that bank. Different bank accounts, multiple credit cards, lines of credits, car loans, mortgages, things like that. In addition to actually building a relationship with one of the bankers, makes the process a lot more smoother, because if they know you, they will automatically start looking for deals for you and then start throwing them your way, so that way you don't have to look for them. It's like a search engine for you. So those are the 2 aspects of choosing the right banks that you should be looking for. Once you have that idea in mind, then you put your documents together. You got your EIN and you got your articles of incorporated. You need those 2 to go open up any bank account. Then you decide on your bank account types. You definitely gonna need a checking account, and you definitely gonna need a savings account to start off with. Have something something that where you can automatically transfer from your checking to savings, either a certain amount or a certain percentage. So something that's automatic, so that way you don't have to think about it. So every time $1,000 go in, if you want a 10% transfer, $100 will go into the savings account each and every time you put $1,000 or over in there. If you don't know anything about banks, credit unions will probably be the best bank that you could actually bank with. If you know somebody in the military, if you were in the military, if you work with a city agency like the MTA or something like that, a credit union will be the best bank to bank with. You could potentially get high limit credit cards, lines of credit, business loans for not really having a very, very high credit score. This would definitely help your business when it comes to marketing. Inside of course module 4, which is the market monster, we're going to be breaking down how you could spend your money when it comes to marketing, not over budget, not spending too much money, but exactly how much you actually need to get one client. So that way you can make money and just keep repeating the process by rewashing the money you made. Key Bank is also a good bank. And in addition to Key Bank, I'm going to say any community-based bank, but Key Bank is a good bank because when you walk in on day one and open an account, you could actually apply for a business credit card, $25,000 to $50,000, and also a business line of credit, $25,000 or $50,000. And you also don't need a very, very high credit score. If I had to guess, I would say a 660 or above, you'll be able to get those products as soon as you open up a Key Bank. Just so I can clear something up, I don't want to just be throwing credit numbers out there. Inside of course module number 9, which is the funding tool, we have a credit repair course where we explain exactly how your credit profile needs to look to get the maximum type funding. So you could have a 660 credit score with a few things that's not right on your credit report and be denied. You could have a 720 credit score with not a few good things on your credit report and also still be denied. So you just have to understand the nuances when it comes to credit. So I don't want to just throw out 660, you go apply, then get denied, and then you coming back at me like, oh, he lying. No, follow the course, follow the modules. When you get to course number 9, you'll understand exactly why I said 660. Now back to the training module. Relationships, like I said, is always good because now you could automatically have your own search engine or someone actually out there looking for the products for you. They see what's happening within your account. They know how healthy your business is, and it'll be easier for them to get you approved on anything because 1 + 1 = 2. They see what's good, they know it's good, and then they say, oh, this product could definitely help this customer out. Let me see if I can put these two together. That's how relationships work when it comes to dealing with bankers. But if you don't have a banker, you will be actually doing all of this research yourself by manually applying online for all of these different types of products within the bank. So I got some homework for you. I want you to define your clear business goals and your priority. What are your short-term and long-term objectives? What matters most to your business? Is it liability? Is it tax? Is it scalability? Is it distribution? Whatever your decision is, that will help you decide on rather what type of business structure you want to form. Then after you do that, I want you to research and compare the different type of business structure. If you have to line them up one by one and line up the sole proprietor, the LLC, the S Corp, the corporation, just to see what all the pros and cons are before you evaluate and make your best decision, do that as well. Then after you do that, take action. Don't just retain the information. Don't be a master information taker. Be a master at taking action. So I want to zoom out a bit. This is course number 1 in the Firelawn Business Blueprint. This is the Structure Selector Pro. It's going to give you the detail, the steps, the information on why you should start off with the right foundation, how to start off with the right foundation, getting your EIN, setting up bank accounts, connecting the right accounting software so you can manage your income and expenses, and all the other things you need to know when it comes to setting up your corporation. So I want to thank you for completing this course. You've now gained the knowledge and tools to grow your fire alarm or service-based business. Now is the time for you to take action to make your success even easier. So don't forget to download the one-page cheat sheet. This is a quick reference guide that's packed with the key steps to open your business bank account. It has the essential tips for what accounts you need to open and time-saving shortcuts with the right. I want you to keep this by your side, apply everything you've learned, use this cheat sheet to help you stay focused, organized, and ready to succeed. So click the link in my description, and I'll catch you in the next module. Peace.